Starter and a Chaser podcast on location at Market Garden Brewing Company.
All right, let's go. So did you know that in Cleveland, Ohio, it's actually illegal to capture mice without a hunting license? And, oh, hey, welcome to another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast, where every week we review one whiskey and one beer. I'm professional brewer Jon Passow.
I'm Whiskey Connoisseur Joe Clarke.
And we are on location in Cleveland, Ohio at Market Garden Brewing Company. So we are going to be featuring 5 of their beers throughout the whole month of June into July. So get ready. We've got awesome whiskey, we've got awesome beer, and sorry about some of the background noise. We are on location and it is an operating facility, so there is going to be a couple unusual noises that we don't normally have on our show.
Sure.
Joe, what do we have for the starter?
Parker's Heritage Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Ooh, looks good. And for the chaser, we have Market Garden Brewing Company's Prosperity Wheat. Yeah, Prosperity Wheat beer. So tell us about the Parker.
So Parker's Heritage is a Heaven Hill product. It was started in 1935 in Bardstown, Kentucky by several investors and also Joseph Beam. And interesting fact is that all the master distillers since Joseph Beam have all been from the Beam family.
Wow, very cool.
Parker's Heritage is actually named after Parker Beam, and it is
he's one of their late distillers,
yes,
right?
And it is a yearly release, kind of like a homage to Mr. Parker Beam there. They are the 7th largest alcohol supplier in the U.S. They are also the 2nd largest in inventory of barrels.
Of bourbon for the world?
Yep.
Nice.
So it is also finished in excuse me if I don't say this perfectly, it is Curacao barrels, which is, it's an orange barrel. So if I can actually take this off of here, it's an orange Curacao barrels. And interesting enough, John, if we're going to take this up and let's take a look at it.
Yeah. So this is 7 to 8 year old juice
nice
that they took from the top level of Rickhouse Q and then aged 4 months in the Curacao barrels.
We also got Market Garden glasses.
What would you describe the color as, Joe?
You know, it's like a nice amber gold color.
Yeah.
A little bit of hay.
Little orange.
Little shining through. Yeah, it does have
hay.
a little orange to it.
It's got some legs. And this is what, 110 proof?
It is 110 proof.
Oof.
So it should be.
It should have some legs.
Yeah.
What are you picking up on the nose?
It smells like orange juice at breakfast.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
So that Curacao really comes through.
Yeah, the Curacao, he says it better than I do. So the Curacao really comes through on this. I mean, it is straight. It's so overpoweringly on orange. I'm not picking up much. I mean, you get a little heat from the 110 proof. Not bad ethanol or anything like that, but it's a little hot. Maybe just a little bit of hint of caramel and stuff like that, but it is so powerful on the orange.
Wow.
I can't wait to try it.
I've
never had this before.
How just 4 months in those barrels just overpowers everything else.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, actually.
By the way, this bottle was donated to us by one of our loyal viewers, Stefan Crooks. Thank you, Stefan, for the donation.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. So we'll just dive right in. Prost.
All right, cheers.
Right before I even took a sip, that ethanol was coming right out of the glass.
Yeah, a lot hotter on the palate than on the nose. It's right up front, you get that heat. It hits hard. And
it slowly builds into that Kentucky hug. I didn't get anything in my chest, but now as time's going on,
yes,
it's building. I'm going to take another sip.
I actually felt it coming down on that. So yeah, it's definitely hugging me right now.
I'm taking another sip because I didn't get a whole lot on the flavors on the first one.
No, it was pretty hot on the first one.
Caramel. Caramel and barrel. And then on the back end, excuse me, 110 proof.
So this is 7 to 8 years old. So
But it's at the top of the rick house, so that's going to age a lot faster than it would on the bottom or the middle. So it should be a little bit more caramely than I would have expected.
Honestly, John, I'm a little surprised. I get like hints of the orange, citrusy kind of notes. It is citrusy. Not on the nose, you get so much orange coming through. Orange juice. It smells like orange juice, like, you know. That on the palate, it actually doesn't transfer like I thought it would. I thought it would be like an orange juice tasting whiskey, and it definitely is not. It's more of a, it's kind of hot. Caramel notes, little vanilla, and then on the back end where it finishes, and it's a pretty long finish,
Absolutely.
is where I'm getting actually the orange juice coming through on it for me.
And you know, I'm going to mirror Joe a little bit here. I mean, Curacao is a liquor, orange liquor, and I thought this was going to be syrupy. I thought this was going to be thick, massive amounts of orange. But it's just, you get a little bit of orange peel in there, a little caramel, potato, and barrel, a little vanilla. This is really like subtle. This is completely opposite than what I thought it was going to be.
Me too. I agree. Yeah, I'm still getting a lot of the orange through, and almost maybe like a little bit of a mint note to it for me. It's kind of weird.
I'm not getting the mint, but that subtle orange peel is just really going long into the finish on this one.
If you like lick the sides of your mouth, your cheeks and stuff, it's really there. It almost like soaks in. It really does. Kind of like what citrus does when you drink it, you know? Almost a sour note to it.
Yeah, kind of a hint tartness.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
very interesting drink.
That's a
very
really
cool.
unique product. Thank you for donating, Stefan.
Thanks, Stefan.
And if any of our viewers has a bottle that they would like to donate for a possible inclusion on a future episode,
absolutely,
shoot us an email at whiskeyandbeer@starterandachaser.com. Hit the subscribe button. We also have a Patreon account, patreon.com/starterandchaser. We've got some cool exclusive videos up there. But we are going to take a break and be right back with The Chaser. And we are back with The Chaser, Market Garden Brewing Company's Prosperity Wheat Ale. And this is done by Market Garden Brewing Company, which is where we are on location at, next to the historic West Side Market in downtown, right next to downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Market Garden Brewery was started in 2011 by 4 people, including Andrew Trevikram, who is their head brewmaster, and they started distributing their products around 2016 in cans and bottles around Cleveland, Ohio. Now the Prosperity Wheat is 6% ABV, it's 16 IBUs, it is a Bavarian style Hefeweizen, which Joe has had on our pilot episode with Weinhenstefaner wheat, so he loves wheat beers. This one actually, Brad and Angelina Jolie have been spotted here at the brew pub drinking this one. Whether it's their favorite or not, who knows, but
that's awesome.
This is one that they frequent when they are in Cleveland. Let's take a look at this. This has got some clarity, which you generally don't see in the
like
Bavarian Hefeweizen.
Yeah, it's a clear kind of almost like a real light yellow hazy hay note to it.
Yeah, hay. Definitely not hazy though. But
not hazy.
It's almost Pilsner-esque when you look at it. Good lingering head though.
Yes.
So what are you getting on the nose on this one?
Kind of an earthy smell to it. A little bit Pilsnery.
Okay.
That's really, it's not super complex on the nose, John. That's pretty much what I get. Kind of a weedy, earthy, grassy kind of note to it.
Interesting,
so,
interesting. Well,
let's see what we got. Let's try it. Ooh.
Interesting. Like right up front, I get a Pilsner malt, just crisp. But then that Hefeweizen comes in on the back end with predominantly banana, little bit of clove, nice.
Can I ask you a question to further my education on the beer here? Maybe you guys too. Hefeweizen is the
correct pronunciation of a German wheat beer.
Okay.
Hefe means yeast. Weizen means wheat. or it's backwards. My German is a little rusty, but basically Hefeweizen translates to yeasty wheat or wheat beer.
Yeah. Do you get a little bit maybe of some citrus to it?
I do. There is a hint of citrus in the back.
Really
very
far back.
Yeah, good spot.
Lemony, actually, for me. Interesting.
I could see lemon, yeah. That might be due to the hops that they've used, or I'm not sure exactly what yeast strain they're using for this one.
What I do like about this, John, is how smooth it goes down. Like, it's got like the perfect amount of carbonation to it.
Absolutely. It's extremely drinkable. And the more that I take sips of this, the more the wheat starts to dominate the palate. You know, that first initial sip was like crisp Pilsner, but now it's real, the wheat is just coming out, gobloads of it, and it's
this
really
is dangerous.
good.
You could drink a lot of this.
Absolutely.
It's really good. Yeah, this is incredible.
Wow.
What am I trying to say? Not well manufactured.
Well crafted.
Well crafted.
Yes. Good job, Andy.
Yes. This is excellent, man.
And this is actually one of their more popular or most popular sellers at the tap house across the street.
I can see why. This is very universally easy to drink, goes down easy. It's not like a palate pounder kind of beer where certain people would be really off-put by that, but this is it's just a really good, universal, easy to drink beer. Yeah.
I'm curious if any of our viewers have tried this one or any of the Market Garden beers. If so, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, what your favorite one is, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Now, let's review Parker Heritage, the barrel finish.
The orange Curacao barrels. I think I'm saying it right. But anyways, the funny thing is that I was so excited to try this one because neither of us have had this. I'm a little bit disappointed by it, to be honest with you. I thought being such a, kind of a unicorn bottle, yearly release, Heaven Hill product, that I was going to be completely blown away. I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't like it. I do like it. I found it to be a little powerful on the alcohol notes, the ethanol a little bit. It was kind of palate crushing. It took quite a few sips for me to really bring out the flavors on it, and I did enjoy the nose of it. Is amazing with the oranges. I mean, it's just straight oranges, like orange juice, which is really interesting to come out of a whiskey. I know it's a barrel finish.
Yeah.
But
so would you say you enjoyed the aromatics of the whiskey more than you did the actual taste
absolutely.
of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was almost going from nose to palate, kind of disappointing. I was expecting to be punched with the orange, and it kind of lingered around in the back end and on the sides of your mouth and stuff like that, but not real. And it was very thin.
It was thin.
Yeah.
It was thin, especially for being finished in a liqueur barrel. I was a little disappointed with this one as well. I didn't hate it, but being a unicorn bottle that it is, being the barrel that it was finished in, I expected something completely different. But when I tasted what was in my glass and put all that aside, I thought it was a decent pour. Should it be as highly sought? This particular one, because they do change every year. Every vintage is different.
Sure.
This particular one, I wouldn't seek after. For me, it tastes like a $30 or $40 whiskey. That being said, I did like the flavors that I got out of it. It was very light. I didn't get the burn that Joe got. We're having a different experience on that one. I thought it went down smooth and easy, and if it was like a daily sipper, sure, I'd go for it. As a unicorn, not so much. Now, Market Garden Prosperity Wheat Ale.
I'm not saying this because we're here on location, but I'm going to say that this has been my favorite wheater so far.
Wow, it knocks the Weihenstephaner off the list.
Yeah,
whoa,
it does.
You heard it here, folks, on the Starter and Chaser podcast.
This is so easy to drink and so off. I mean, this is like, for me, the perfect, especially we're in spring and summer now. This is it. This is something I'm going to go buy and definitely have for me to drink. In fact, I might leave with some of this here today.
And this is a fantastic wheat beer. When it comes to the Hefeweizen, sometimes it can be super clove, sometimes it can be super banana, sometimes it can be balanced between the two. This is more banana, heavier than it is clove, but the clove is there, and it does have a nice drinkable balance to it, and it's a great example of the style, clarity aside.
Okay.
And I think it's a damn
I think it's a very
beer.
cool color.
Yeah, but the Hefeweizens generally are fairly cloudy. And
This is
probably
it's got
filtered,
kind of a haze to it.
Andy, if you're watching, let us know your thoughts about the clarity of this one. And should it be slightly hazy? Should it be clear? What are your thoughts, Andy?
Personally, my thoughts are I don't care because it tastes delicious.
I will agree to that.
Yes,
Prost.
absolutely.
And
I mean, look how much more I drank.
be sure to tune in next week for another episode of A Starter and Chaser, where we will still be here on location at Market Garden Brewing Company.
That's right.
And you can also hear us on all the podcast networks. And we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Now, do you have a mouse hunting license?
I do not, but I have caught a few.
Oh, wow.
So,
Ooh, don't say it on the camera.